Hey, what's going on, guys? Squid here, and bring you a tutorial on how to do a motion track mask thing. I don't really know what to call it, but here, I'll just RAM preview this for you so you guys can see what this is I'm talking about. Wait for this to load. But basically what it is you can see while it's RAM previewing, it has that 2D motion track right there, and it's going to go behind the building right here, and yeah, alright. If you can see that, it goes behind the building. Alright, so let's just get into this. Let's see. This is actually my episode that I'm working on, but let's make a new composition. So, new composition, make it 20-ish seconds, I guess. Alright, so we have that. Now we're going to go to... Actually, here, I'm just going to start a new project. Alright, so gonna import some footage, whatnot. This is actually, the template that I'm using was designed for a 3D motion track, but I felt like doing a 2D motion track with it, so. Yeah, which one is it? This one. Alright, and this video. Alright, now let's drag this down here. And if you can see, it just goes across. And by the way, quick tip, if you ever add Twixtor to anything, what you want to do is press S, make the scale go up to 101. It's already a Twixtor right there, I feel like doing this, but and then you want to right click and click pre-compose, and make sure that move all attributes, new composition, click OK. And if you add Twixtor, make sure that everything else below it, like so if I want to do this, and if I want to add color correction or something, make sure it's below it or else it'll turn it off. So yeah. And the reason you want to scale it up and then pre-compose is that way when you add the motion tile, it doesn't show like the black lines coming in. I might do a separate tutorial for that later, but anyways. Let's get into this. So what we want to do is we want to go to Window and go down to Tracker. And what we're going to do is we are going to click on this and click Track Camera. And it's just going to go ahead and start tracking this. And let's see, it should take a minute. I'll go ahead and pause this, and I will resume it as soon as it's done. Alright, I'm back. And after you're done, it should look like this. If it doesn't, and it should look something like that, and there's no dots, click on the camera tracker thing up here, and the effects controls on. My TV's on. Let me turn that off. Alright, anyways. By the way, I forgot to mention, do not change the scale before you do this. It will mess it up, and yeah, just don't change the scale before you do this. Now what you want to do is if I go across here, you'll see all the points in there kind of moving around, doing their own thing. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to pick out a few good points. So say if I were to click like right there, and it stays in place fairly well. So what I want to do is let's just go right there. That'll work. Alright, we want to click in that area and right click and create null and camera. Alright, now we have this null and camera. So what we can do is click off of this. Now it's just a normal clip. And say if I wanted to put anything in here, I would use the null. Alright, so let's see. Actually, hold on. Control Z. Alright. That the null and camera is for if you want to put like random objects in there. I don't know what you put in there, but anyways, if you want to do what you want to do is create text and camera. And when you create the text, you want to go up here and click the text tool. I like this witchcraft, and oh wait, no, right here. And let's see, I'll just type tutorial. Alright. So, what I want to do now is highlight this text, and we can change whatever we want on it. So, oh yeah, by the way, you see this whole thing right here, that box, that's the 3D box. Anyways, we can change what we want. I'll just I'm not going to do too much work on this, just change the color of it, and now what we want to do is, actually, I'm going to save the position thing for a minute. Let's see, change the font. I guess I'll use the one I use in my episode. Right there. Alright. And, you know, why not add a stroke? That looks alright. Alright, so now what we want to do is go click the little down arrow and click transform. Now you see, instead of just position, scale, and orientation, whatever is usually there, opacity, whatever, there's actually like X rotation, Y rotation, Z rotation, and orientation will actually control all of these, so it's a lot easier. And we also have position, which we're going to be using orientation and position for this tutorial. So I'm just going to go ahead and click these so we can see where we're going, or like which ones we're going to be using. So let's see, orientation, which one? Alright, not that one. That one. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to 360 on, actually no, it's just 0. Alright, so you can just put 0 on the first one to make it go straight up, because we went off a point on the bottom, so it's automatically going to go to that. Like if you use a wall or something, it would go to that wall. So actually we can just click the arrow, and now we're going to go up to position, and the first one, yeah, that's our x-axis, and we're going to drag this to the left, and then we're going to go, we can leave that basically where it was, and we're going to go back a little bit, you know, just kind of make it look like it's there. And if you want to make it look a little bit better, you can go on orientation and move the middle one, make it look like it's popping out a little bit, whatever. Actually, I'm going to go back on the text tool, make this a little bit smaller, because, there we go. We don't want it too big, and then it just looks weird. So anyways, now that we have that, we're going to go back here, and if we move forward, it will stay in place. But once we get, like right here, you see how it's poking through the wall. That's the main part of the tutorial that I want to get to. So it's actually just a mask, and it's really simple, but a lot of people would actually just like make a mask, and then they would just like do every single keyframe, and I'm just going to show you an easy way to go around that. So what you want to do is go on the layer, and I think, I just did Control CV, but I think you can do Control B. No, that's brush, never mind. Brush, I don't remember what it was. But there's some other shortcut that will automatically copy. Anyways, Control CV on that layer, and now you have the second layer right here. And on this layer, we are going to put it above all of this. We're going to do that here in a minute. Actually, wait. Yeah, we can go ahead and do it now. Alright, and we're going to right click and click mask and new mask. Hold on. Actually, I'm just going to do mine with points because my masking has been messing up lately for some reason. To do 33.3, that way I can see the edges of this. There. And now we have a mask, so if I were to turn off the background, we just have the text floating there. And what we're going to do is we're going to start it off right there. And we're going to go, actually it's already keyframed at that point, and we're going to go all the way until it's off of the screen. And we're just going to drag, no, come on. No, 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 no. Come on, don't mess with me like that. No. Alright. And on. Whatever, turn the background on, there we go. Alright, drag it all the way till it's off the screen. Just off the screen. And then we're going to click this layer. And come on. Alright, there we go. Drag this all the way over here. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to take this bottom point and click right in the middle and take the bottom point. Just angle it just a little bit to match up with this, or else it's going to look weird as it's moving and it's not going to move right. And we're going to take this and just kind of put on this wall and see. We're going to go in the middle and try to line up on this wall again, and you'll see why in a minute, because if we put another text over there, it'll cover up that text. Just try to keep it close to that wall if possible. And then we can end the layer right. Hold on. Alright. So right there, we're just going to press Control-Shift-D and delete this bottom part. And we can keep going until it's right. Until this wall is pretty much gone. You can see the text way over there off the side of the screen. And just press Control-Shift-D. And it'll split and delete. And now we just have this. Alright, so now, as you can see, it's a little bit off. What we can do to fix that is just every once in a while go find one of these keyframes and just drag it back into place. Like that. There we go. Looks pretty good. And now if we wanted to, an easy way that we don't have to make a whole nother text is go, let's see, we're gonna press Control-C-V, get our text tool, and for this one we're just gonna type squid. And what we're gonna do is highlight that, bring down our transformation, and we're going to rotate this the opposite way just so we can see a difference between these. And we're just going to drag the position. Actually, here, I'm just going to do this, put negative 5,000. Let's see, let's go negative, I think 8,000 is what I used in my episode, or 9,000 or 11,000. Actually, let's try 11,000. I think that's actually what I used. Something close to that anyways. Alright, now we go over this way, and we have the text floating over there. And what I just did, if you didn't really notice at all I was doing was moving the text really quick. That's why I was typing over there. Anyways, we can just bring the text up towards us now. And delete the first keyframe for this. And just drag the other one back up here. Don't really need to, but just kind of showing that what I'm doing. And if we go back to fit our composition, and there we go. And just ran preview this to show you guys what it's looking like. Alright. Text just kind of floats there, goes behind the wall. Squid pops up. Really simple, really easy tutorial. I know there's other ones like this, but I had a lot of trouble with this, so I just felt like trying to put it as simple as I possibly could in a quick tutorial. Also, how I did in my episode to have that kind of alternative look to it. A lot of big clans like Genesis, clans like that to do it. What you want to do is take your text layers. I'm showing you guys exactly what I did. Press T for opacity. Type in, I use 66%, but be yourself, do whatever you want. Change it to whatever you want. And I found that 66% looks the best. Anywhere in that area, it looks pretty good, and it just kind of shows the background a little bit. And to get the little distortion look that I did, you want to type in turbulent and displace right there under distort. And we want to actually, before we do that, we want to let's see, project, and we want to take this for composition right here before we do anything else to this layer. After we've just messed with it, if you don't want to mess with the text anymore or anything like that, you just want to drag it down and make another new composition out of this. And let's see, let's rename this, and new comp. Alright, new comp. And now it's in this new composition, and I can do whatever I want to this now. Now is when you scale it up. So I'm just gonna get rid of those ugly black bars on the side, add some turbulent displace on this, and if you just add that, it's not gonna be like animated or anything how mine was. So what you want to do is the size. Started off. Size is going to actually I haven't really used this effect that much. Size is going to make the little bubbles bigger if you want it to be like really fast bubbly, or if you just want it kind of like how mine was, you can go about 70 will do it. I don't even remember what I used on mine. It looks like a lot. Alright, go to about 10, I guess. And let's go to effects, pull this down, and now we're gonna go to the end of this and change it a few frames. So now, as it's going through this, it should do the warpity whatnot, and it'll actually change as it's going throughout. And random preview, come on, hurry up. Alright, and it'll just kind of go throughout that. That actually looks really ugly because, let's see, I don't even know what this does. I've never used that, so, actually that makes it look a little bit better. Size, why does it just randomly change there? It should change throughout the composition. Okay, it does change throughout the composition, never mind. Alright, actually, let's just go less throughout the composition. No, that less, this more. A little bit more, alright. Whatever, you guys get the basic idea. Yeah, it's the effect I use for it, though, turbulent displace, and that'll give you the whooshity warpity nonsense. And yeah, this is my first tutorial, so tell me what you guys think. So remember, don't scale it up before you don't scale it up before you motion track it, or else it'll mess up everything. So yeah, I guess this is my first tutorial. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll be sure to make more in the future. Thanks.